What's up, guys? So lately I've been going down a rabbit hole on tonality from Jeremy Miner and Alex Hermosi on sales calls. And this is extremely important because one of your jobs on these sales calls is for you to have the prospect open up, put their guard down, and see you as a respected authority in what you're doing. And so one of the ways you could do this is by having certain tonalities, which allows your prospects to lower their guard, relive pain of the past in this call, and to have them realize that if they continue down this path of making wrong decisions, that their pain is only going to be prolonged, if not amplified, into the future. And so one of the ways you do this is by coming from a place of actually caring, concerns, and having empathy on these calls. And the emphasis that you have on certain words and sentences, in addition to how you use pauses and the cadence of your words, is going to have your prospect perceive you as someone who actually is caring about them and their problems. And we all know that saying in sales: if it comes from you, it's shit. If it comes from them, it's gold. And so, like I just said, one of your main jobs on the sales calls is to have the prospect open up to you, put their guard down, and allow them to relive the pain of the past, because they need to feel pain in order to actually make a decision moving forward, given that you do the value and the pitch is right and whatever else comes after the discovery phase. Now, our survival instincts basically tell us keep your guard up, and we're just constantly in fight or flight mode, especially when on sales calls. Because think about it, each and every single day you're being bombarded by SMS blasts about discounts, about your favorite stores, or email marketing about companies that are just fishing for you to kind of put your credit card down for these discounts, or on TV where you have commercials constantly, and when you're driving you see these billboards. And so basically people have been conditioned to just constantly have their guard up. And by extension, when you take these calls with these prospects, they're going to have their guard up with you. And one of your jobs is to basically destroy that guard, and using certain tonality so that that guard is put down. And then from there, it's up to you to ask the right questions in the right cadence, while emphasizing the right words in the right tonality, so that your prospect relives the pain. And so, for example, you can ask questions about what they've done and why they feel that what they're currently doing isn't going to take them to where they want to go. And you can say something like, so you've been with X company for 5 years. What's caused you to feel like they're not going to scale you and how you hoped? And when you say it like that, you're coming from a place of actually wanting to care. You're coming from a place of being concerned, because it is true. Like, you are coming on these calls with the frame and the intention that you are caring for them, because you need to care more about them than they do about themselves. And when you come from that frame of mind, it's extremely powerful, and it rubs off onto your prospects. And you could also do this. Now, there are different types of tones, right? Like, there's the confused, curious, playful, challenged, and concerned. 5 main tones. There are others, but these are the ones that you're going to be dealing with on sales calls for the most part. And guys, I understand if you are in contracting and you're dealing with, like, again, like I said, more type A individuals and contractors, and they just want to get straight to the point. It's not about getting straight to the point. It's about them understanding why their issues aren't fixed, why they haven't invested into a program, and why there is a lack of lead flow on their end. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm ready to buy, let me just know the price. Like, yeah, sure, there are exceptions to the rule that can happen, but for the most part, it doesn't matter who you're dealing with. We buy with emotion and then reason later on with logic. And you can't let prospects also dictate the frame in the beginning, especially if you are dealing with egotistical type contractors who just want to know the price. Like, for example, I had a sales call last week on Friday, and this guy just kept questioning what the price was throughout the entire process. And so I come from, like one of the ways he just kept hagging at it. And one of the ways I kind of told him, like, by the fifth ask, I was like, listen, man, I understand your concern totally for the price, but the truth is we're not the cheapest. And so if you are looking for the cheapest, we can kind of cut this call right now, and I can refer you to some of my competitors. But I just want to emphasize we aren't the cheapest. And so I'm going to need to actually understand a little bit more about your company so that I could see how we could help, if at all. And when I said it like that, it kind of just allowed him to put his guard down, allowed him to kind of be quiet, put him in his place, kind of, so to say. And it came from a place of actually wanting to help, because the entire point of the discovery is, yes, of course, to see if you can help them in the first place, but also meant for the prospects to discover the truth about their situation. And their truth has to be recognized through certain tonality and how you're saying things. And each so for example, if you're trying to be like, if you're trying to say something along the lines of what I just said, but in like a challenging tone, you'd be like, so what's caused, so given that, this is important to you and you've been working with this company for the last 5 years, why exactly haven't you invested into yourself and into your lead flow in order to actually control your marketing so that you can have better appointments coming in, which by extension means more money being made? Now you could say it using that way, using that type of tone, or you could actually say it like how I did before. And I think the second tone is more combative, and it allows the prospects to get more defensive and put their guard up. And that's not what we want at all. And so oftentimes, if it does sound combative, this might be on you having either not the right information or honestly having an ego and taking it personal. And that's another really important thing too, is most people on sales calls oftentimes take things really personal, and they think that it's a direct attack on you, the salesperson, but it's not. It's your job to kind of build that trust, because, like I said in the beginning of this call, every single day we're being sold things down our throat, from driving on our seeing ads while you're brain rotting on Instagram Reels, or seeing billboards. Like, we're being sold things every single day. And so if you just sound super combative and don't say it in the right tonality, it's going to have the prospect put their guard up, and it's going to make your sale a lot more difficult than if you come from a place of authority and trust and kind of bridging that gap to begin with. So I hope this video helps you guys understand the importance of tonality, and that if you say things in a certain way while using a certain tonality and emphasizing it with pauses and with pauses, that it's going to allow your process of the discovery to flow a lot smoother, and hopefully allow the prospect to relive certain pain so that they can make decisions moving forward, by understanding that if they don't make a decision on this call, that pain is only going to be amplified into the future, and that's not what we want. So I hope this video is of value on sales calls. Take it and apply it. Don't just listen to it and then go do the next thing. But all right, peace.